Good morning, everyone. Day two at Cannes. My name is Jack Bamberger. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer at Amobee. And this morning is a day I've been waiting for a long time. We have been on a journey at Amobee with the team at RTL, and particularly smartclip, for a long time. And I actually feel I'm representing a lot of people who are not here, as well as those that are here, in terms of what we're going to talk about today with regards to the creation of a joint venture called Tech Alliance that we announced late last year. We felt that it was time, as we began discussions between our two companies, that the European market needed something bold, something different for people to access addressable inventory in a unique way. And it was very much a meeting of the minds between our two companies in terms of the why, what, and how. And while we've just barely kicked things off in terms of launching pilots, there is so much more to do. And I'm really excited to turn it over to these two gentlemen to my right to talk about what it is, what we're doing, and how it is going to impact the industry in a really bold and meaningful way. So to my right, Pieter Vandenberg, the head of demand for smartclip, and Volker Helm. He works for me, I should know who he is. The head of EMEA for Amobee. I'm really excited for them to walk you through the story of how we got here and where we're going. So how's that, guys?
Thanks, buddy. Good morning, everybody. Being the first here on the panel is quite a challenge. Everybody feels the heat is kicking in, but we have some shade. Enjoy the 20 minutes that we're going to fill, that we're going to talk about Tech Alliance. We want to use the first 2-3 minutes to talk about ourselves, who we are, so if we want to go ahead and talk later today, that you know who you are talking to. My name is Volker, as Jack mentioned. Just recently joined Amobee about 6 months ago, now in charge for EMEA. So I'm looking for EMEA as a region, even being German. I have a natural interest of the German market, being the second largest in Europe. And what we see, to kick this off, is that there's a natural interest of publishers and broadcasters in Germany, in the largest market, to come together, to join forces, to do something together. And this is what we are seeing. And this was one of the reasons why I joined Amobee, to put technology in the center and to bridge this from a publisher to an advertiser side. So I am representing, in today's pitch, the demand side. So I'm the advertiser, the agency. And now heading over to Pieter to give you a small intro about himself.
Thanks, Volker. Yeah. So my name is Pieter. I'm with smartclip for 7 years now, heading up demand for smartclip Europe. And as you probably know, at smartclip, we're basically providing edtech solutions for broadcasters and larger publishers, and also operating a large media business. And so that's the line of business that we're in. And what we see is that specifically if we're talking about broadcast business, broadcasters have requirements which are maybe even more specific than requirements that most of the publishers have. So broadcasters, we've lined out 3 areas where we see, okay, this is really important for broadcasters. This is really what they focus on in the conversations that we're having with them. One of them is strict quality control. So we see that within all the conversations that we have with the broadcasters, they find it extremely important to be in control of the quality of the advertising that's happening on their remit. And specifically, if we're speaking about advertising in the linear streams, this is one of the key areas for broadcasters. Privacy compliance at scale. So broadcasters are usually the leading brands in the markets where they operate. This means that also on topics like privacy, GDPR, everything related to that, it's extremely important for them to be the front runners, to be the best in class in terms of protecting users' privacy, and be really like a leading example there. And then the third one, seamless user experience. So what we find is that for broadcasters, when advertising onto their properties, and specifically again if we're talking about the linear stream, the eventual user experience is extremely important. And what does that mean? If in the linear stream an ad doesn't display, or if in the linear stream weird things happen in the ad experience, that could really mess up the complete user experience. And so this is basically a no-go area for broadcasters. Then what we're seeing at the moment is that I already spoke about advertising, digital advertising in the linear stream, and this is one of the big developments currently happening with in the whole broadcast ecosystem. So what we are working on with the broadcasters in our ecosystem is to bring more addressable advertising into their linear streams. And so that means that the advertisements which are advertised like through all the viewers of a specific linear stream are now one-on-one replaced, made addressable with digital ad technology used in the linear stream. And this is basically the starting point of what we could say a digital revolution, right? So this means that we're now able to make TV advertising even smarter, to create new models where we can add extra contact classes, where we can create new types of setups to increase the reach of specific advertisements. So this is really the area that we're in. With this come also different questions and different topics for broadcasters to solve. What about your data, for example? For broadcasters, they realize more and more that the data that come from their business, that come from how the users interact on their platforms, on their linear streams, these data are so valuable and so important for them that they really need to think wisely about, okay, with whom am I sharing them? How do I create setups where I can basically monetize these data in a way that it doesn't harm users' privacy? So all these new areas are coming up more and more, and of course many broadcasters are already touching upon these areas with the BVOD and the SVOD services that they're operating. But now when bringing this to the linear stream, really adding the scale in this type of advertising, this is a big change in mindset, a big change in thinking in that sense. And the last part, future-proofed revenue streams. So with this digital revolution also come a shift in revenue streams. Where does the money come from? What does the ecosystem look like? The chain, basically. And so this is also a consideration for broadcasters. What does it mean for me if my linear TV advertising gets more and more digital? Who's going to pay who, who's going to take what share in this ecosystem? So they find it important to come up with solutions that create a certain level of control here, because for broadcasters this is basically essential to keep creating their great content and to keep the revenue streams live.
So that was a great overview about what the broadcasters are challenged with, what they need to tackle, and also what we are already working on, how solutions could look like. We have done this on a separate string, so we have had roundtables in markets like France, Germany, UK, Italy, and the UK, where we were talking to media owners, advertisers, agencies, and try to find out what is driving them, what are their challenges, what solutions would they like to see. And we found out these three topics that mainly came up during the conversations we had. So advertisers are asked and tasked to run video campaigns on a higher scale, higher reach on premium inventory. They would love to have a unified offering of inventory, to have access to this. So that was a clear ask. That is the one point. Secondly, data. All is around data. So good thing to work with a broadcaster, but the overlaying data, the possibility to make this data to address, to personalize, to reach out to your target group, to address them. Second point that came from our study when we reached out. And thirdly, it's about programmatic at all. So we do see the trend into programmatic. Programmatic is driving and the use of data, personalization, sorry, is getting more and more important. And what we are doing as Amobee, we have a wider spectrum of being able to plan programmatically, but our main focus is on TV, on video, and this is why we are here. So, and this is why we're here. I'm sorry for that. That was the reason why last year, as Jack mentioned, we have announced Tech Alliance as just being natural to have those two companies come together. RTL, you know RTL is a TV native, TV first company. You might not know Amobee that good. Thanks so much. We are well known in the US. We have been developing solutions for big publishing houses like Fox, Disney, and others. In the UK, you would know us as we have developed Planet V, the tech stack of ITV. And through this alliance that we are doing right now, Tech Alliance, we are moving into the European markets, and we are super excited doing that.
Yeah, so how are we doing this? Actually, we have a long-standing partnership already with Amobee, right? So Amobee as a DSP partner of ours, us being the SSP, and we have a connection integration between DSP and SSP as we have it with many other DSP partners. But now when we started to talk about setting up the Tech Alliance, creating the Tech Alliance, we also found we needed more than just a regular SSP-DSP connection. So we have been starting to build products on top to basically accommodate to the requirements that we see both on the demand side and on the supply side. So the requirements that broadcasters have in terms of ease of setting up their packages, ease of offering, and also on the buy side, create simple solutions, create simple workflows, basically. So what we've done is that on the SmartX platform, we've added an additional module, which we call the Product Builder. And the Product Builder basically allows publishers to set up their own packages that they'd like to offer with broadcast inventory. This could be BVOD inventory, it could be online video inventory, it could also be addressable TV inventory. And on the Amobee side, we've created, or I should actually say Amobee has created, the storefront, which is a great shopping experience, a great way to easily access broadcast inventory at scale. So if we then look at the Product Builder, what does the Product Builder do? Basically, in the Product Builder, as a publisher, you can create your own packages that you would like to basically bring to market, that you would like to offer, either to all the buyers on the Amobee platform or to specific buyers on the Amobee platform. You can connect all the terms that you'd like to connect to them. You can create all kinds of targeting capabilities, set your pricing, set your levels of creative control, and then publish to the Amobee platform. And if you publish, it instantly appears on the Amobee platform. The unique thing with this is that for publishers, this means that they have full control on the way that their packages appear at the demand side, right? So they can set the image, they can set the text, they can set the price points, everything is within their control. Also in this Product Builder, they follow up in the workflow. So the negotiation workflow is being followed up in the Product Builder, and also the creative approval, which is, as we discussed earlier, essential for the quality control part, especially when entering the linear stream.
You are in control for the clicker. So what we just heard about from Pieter about the powerful engine, the powerhouse, giving the broadcasters the opportunity to build products, give access to the products. How does a planner consume that? How does a planner experience that? And this is through the storefront. This is a development that Amobee has developed over the last couple of months. We are quite proud about this, that we have here jointly as well. We have a product builder on one hand, we have the storefront on the other hand. What a planner can use and what they can see, it's an experience like going shopping. You open your account, you see a pre-configured product by the publisher. they just can click and run the campaign immediately. On the other hand, they can plan customized campaigns on this, negotiate on the platform, and do the creative exchange. So the approval process is covered in this, as Pieter just said. So a huge experience, a great UI that enables, it's unseen what I've heard from the markets coming back to me is it's really unseen and a great step forward. Nothing to add to this. But what we can add, just announcing the product builder and storefront. Later this year, we have a industry first. This is the programmatic access to the linear ad break. If you want to know more, Pieter's more than happy with a glass of rosé or anything else to give you more insights about this.
Original script actually said, okay, you can drink a glass of rosé with Pieter right after the meeting. Well, that might be a bit early, but nevertheless, happy to talk about it.
It's only 10:20.
So what we just shared with you is nothing that we're going to plan in the future. We are doing this already. So we have campaigns running live right now in Spain, in Germany, and this through our close relationships and partners that we have, for example, with RTL Ad Connect. We are running international campaigns, multiple markets. We do work in Germany with Ad Alliance, our strong partner, as we work across all the markets with all the inventory. And thirdly, in market as well, Atlas Media in Spain, our strong partner where we are running campaigns. So this is already proven. We are super happy to have the conversation with you following this chat or in the future to talk about what we are capable of doing, what we can do jointly together with all of you. To close this up, I think what you should take away from this 20 minutes, I think we are running over time, but what you should take away, it's not another walled garden, it's an open garden. What we are here for, we give access on scale to inventory, which is accessible across Europe, which is international, which really sticks out. On top of that, we give access to data. Data on top of any booking, on top of any format. We do have the data that you then can use to run your campaigns, to personalize the campaigns, to get the results as the KPIs you might have identified beforehand to do this. And thirdly, we are not leaving you alone. We have a strong team at smartclip, but also at Amobee to take you by the hand, to show you what we are capable of doing, and to set up the first campaigns for success.
Yeah, so and then also if you look to the wider ecosystem, so what we're actually bringing to market now is a great way to access European broadcast quality content at scale over different markets via one simple interface, and not only bringing the BVOD, the CTV inventory, but also addressable TV inventory, making it completely programmatically available. And on top of that, we're also offering great ways for publishers and for broadcasters to unlock their data, to open up their data, to basically add value to campaigns, to add value to the targetings, while still also keeping a high level of control for broadcasters that they require to have a comfort with opening up these data. So I think all in all, we're building a really great product, and we're very much looking forward to the further rollout. First signals have been extremely positive, and would be more than happy to speak further with you about it. And thank you.
Do you want to say something too?
I want to just say thank you both, Pieter and Volker, for what you said. But as I said at the very beginning, the market has been hungry for a solution that actually allows buyers and broadcasters to use a single platform to have access not only to addressable exclusive inventory, but data as well. And the combination of all that in a solution, a technology solution that actually allows you to do both planning and buying and creative all at the same time is really what has gotten the market incredibly enthusiastic about what we're doing. So we welcome conversation, and thank you all for listening today, and thanks, guys.
Thank you.